Hello, and welcome to Inconceivable. I'm William.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Wesley. And we want to be the very best, like no one ever was.
No one ever was. Can't start a sing-along. Can't do
Catch them is my...
Just train to miss my car.
I can't drink when you do that.
Deadpool.
By the way, we're drinking iced tea.
And we are very happy with
Because it is a beautiful summer. I hope you're having
It's a beautiful
wonderful
summer outside
Yes.
and a scorching summer inside.
Yes.
Yeah, it was brutal. Like Thursday, Friday.
So
It's
much
really
heat.
nice today, though.
I can't complain though. We had a rough winter, at least here in New England.
Yeah.
If you're listening outside New England.
Mm.
So we
It's
shouldn't
really
be complaining. Quite hot.
It's really ticking me off.
Yeah.
We've had a huge tick problem, too.
We have?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, I've been fine, but it's the talk of our area.
It's always
so.
every year.
It's all the rage nowadays. People getting bit
New
by
Englanders
ticks.
like to talk about weather because nobody's happy with
We've got
it.
nothing else
How
better to
about
do,
the
basically.
weather?
And weather changes a lot up here, so.
Anyway, so I will
Could
start...
suck worse because we could have.
Oh, is that an intro?
Yeah,
I thought you were just talking about something.
I was trying to make a segue to your segue.
I don't know how to work off your segue, okay?
The world could be worse than weather because we could have.
A zombie apocalypse.
Thank you.
So, we just got an announcement that The Walking Dead star, Andrew Lincoln, is actually going to be leaving the show. For those of you who don't know Andrew Lincoln...
Season 9.
In Season 9. For those of you who don't know who Andrew Lincoln plays, he is Rick Grimes, who is the main character, basically, of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just the main character.
He started off at the beginning, like, everyone followed him, and he's the leader and everything, and he's so cool, quote unquote.
I love Rick. Just
Yeah.
I love him.
So apparently he's going to be leaving after 9 seasons of the show, but
That's a respectable length. Like,
that's a very,
Because
very good length.
besides him and Daryl, is there anyone else from the original cast?
Carol,
Okay.
and that's basically it. I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
because
So
Carl's dead.
Yeah. Okay. Spoiler alert for people who haven't watched the show. A lot of people are dead. But you should expect that
A
already.
lot of people are dead
so
now.
many people are dead. So potential
I'm
spoilers.
still scarred by Glenn.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is
I haven't
like,
even seen.
the last season. I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, I haven't even seen Carl die. I just know.
Maybe I know. Again, like that's why I didn't. I found out that Glenn died because of YouTube. Like I go on, it's like Glenn's death, and I'm like, oh come on! I didn't need to know that, but then I was gonna watch it.
I already knew he was dying because I follow the comics.
Yeah, but so basically, like this is a segue into what I'm wondering about is like.
Oh wait, before you go away from that, taking his place.
So apparently,
Not confirmed yet. Could be
Norman Reedus.
Could be different by the time you're listening to this.
Yeah, so potentially Norman Reedus will be taking the place of
As
Andrew
the
Lincoln
main
as the main character. So the character who was made for the show will actually be the main character as opposed to the characters from the comics.
Yeah.
I do like Daryl. At least I like him.
Do we like him that much though?
I liked him, but like I don't know if he could carry it. Like it's basically if you have Daryl as the main character, it's basically just gonna be the fangirls who are loving it the most because everybody loves Daryl. If you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
so
loves both characters.
The Walking
think
Dead
he's-
has become something I'm not really that interested in anymore.
See, I think that
I used to love it.
I really liked the first 3 seasons. The 4th season was okay, but after that, I didn't really enjoy it as much up until when Negan came on.
I'm gonna say that kind of rejuvenated the show a little bit.
For a little bit. But now it's just like it feels like it's been dragging on for a while. So what I'm wondering is, how long is too long for TV shows? Because I feel like The Walking Dead has been going a little too long, honestly. And I think that the actors are feeling it too. Like the kid who does Carl, like he left, and like I don't know. I just feel like it's been going on for quite a while, and I think that sometimes you need to just let something end, and not like cancellation, more just like having good.
Fox!
Thanks a lot.
I know!
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's alive, okay?
Yeah!
That's right, in your face.
Yeah.
I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Thank goodness.
It's so much fun.
Because that show has not gone on long enough.
Why is it?
I know.
Why is it
I
that
love
they
how-
cancel shows that are amazing?
Who picked it up?
then-
ABC?
Yeah.
ABC was just like, boom, thanks!
ABC
like,
or NBC? Which one was it?
I don't know, but
Either one.
someone, like, they nabbed it. Like, as soon as, like, they were like, Fox, we're canceling the show. And then someone else was like, thank you! Like,
There was one day of everybody freaking out, and then just the next day, it's like, oh yeah, it's coming back. Don't worry.
I was
Yeah.
mad when they canceled Last Man Standing because I really enjoyed that show.
That's coming back too.
Is it?
Oh, wait.
No.
But now Roseanne's
no.
canceled again.
No, Roseanne. Yeah, we know why though.
Yeah, that's dumb though. Okay, little rant here. you can get your show canceled over a bad tweet, but some people who are involved in worse stuff, the show still goes on.
Yeah.
Come on, America.
I need more iced
really?
tea.
Like, we're not condoning the person's tweet, but that being said, it's not.
But
you could say the same
you're creating a double standard.
It's the same thing in sports, where it's like some things go unpunished or like very little punished.
Yep.
Like weird rant here. Tom Brady gets suspended 4 games for not even being confirmed for cheating or not.
Yeah.
With the whole Deflategate issue, not even confirmed, but they suspended him 4 games regardless. And then you have someone who literally beat his wife, got suspended 2 games.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. So this is just a thing that's going on everywhere.
Sorry, yeah, we're just... Yeah.
That's. I promise you, this is. Let's hope I'm wrong. Let's hope I'm right. I'm sorry. This is the most political this episode we get. I promise.
Oh, yeah. So again, I'm wondering like if it's going for too long because there's other shows that have been going on for quite a while. Like the best one that I can think, or the best couple that I can think of is, I haven't watched a lot of it, but Supernatural has been going on for 13, 14 seasons, and I'm wondering.
I think Supernatural is a different beast, though. It's kind of designed to just go on forever.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Scooby-Doo in real life.
It's kind of like another show
Like-
that I've never liked even once is Big Bang Theory.
I love Big Bang Theory.
I think that they don't understand the nerd and geek cultures nowadays. Aren't
It's
like
different.
I haven't watched the
it's
Big Bang
very
Theory in a
different.
while.
Yeah, it's like
I like
there are
early
people
stuff.
who are like, I think they're stuck in the whole idea that nerds and geeks are like incredibly socially awkward, which a lot of them are, but nowadays, it's cool to be a geek or a nerd, and I think that's not as appealing to people nowadays, like Big Bang Theory.
Different, and also their
Sheldon?
presentation of what nerds and geeks are, I feel like is not relevant anymore.
What do you mean?
As in, like, they're not related to us. And I mean, like, I'm not trying to use us as an example for nerd and geek culture, but I don't relate to Big Bang Theory. Like they've talked about video games a few times, but, like, we talk about video games all the time. Like,
Yeah. I'm out of the loop for that. I haven't watched The Big Bang Theory in a while.
Related
I just
to
know
that-
whatever I have seen of it I like.
one thing that they do talk about is a show that's been on very, very long, which is Doctor Who, which,
Yeah.
granted, was out of the game for like 10 years.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've also lost interest in that, and it's not just because of the new casting. I lost interest towards the beginning of the Capaldi era. So pretty much when Matt Smith was done, I stopped. It wasn't intentional either. I
Right.
just kind
I
of like
think
lost
something
interest in
changed a lot.
Doctor Who.
me and
Yeah, like,
Alex
I
were
used to
talking about
love
this last
Doctor
night.
Who. I used to love it so
Right.
much. And, we talked about it last night. But like, I feel like it's missing something from it before. It's like, I don't know if it's the writing, but it feels like it had a lot of charm, but I also felt like it had a lot more heart in like the earlier seasons. Like, David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston, they had so much like. I just felt like they did a really, really fantastic job, and I felt like their show, like their seasons, were incredible, and like you were almost fully invested in them.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Smith, like I really liked his first season. Second season, it felt like it was a little bit off. Third season,
I would argue his second season was his prime.
Matt Smith was my favorite Doctor.
Yeah. My argument is that Doctor Who now feels hollow. It's
It feels
the
like the
show.
stakes.
It's the same show. Still is to this day, even with this new casting. I'm sure it is. They're not going to change that.
Yeah.
That what makes Doctor Who Doctor Who. I'm not worried about that. The problem predates this new. This has nothing to do with it. It started actually, in my opinion, with the last season of Matt Smith. The last season with Matt Smith was weak because they led up to this one big thing of one of the biggest problems about the Doctor is that he doesn't have unlimited generations. He has a very finite amount of things, generations.
I
But
like
it was
the
just
fact that the Doctor
changed
did
that,
have
didn't they?
limitations. Like I want to have a character who has limitations as opposed to this guy who's like, a superhuman basically. Like there's nothing that will finish him basically.
like Superman. that we're
Yeah,
looking
like
at
this
right now.
guy.
No,
What the heck?
Superman.
Look away, Superman.
Can someone
No,
get some green
Superman is
stones,
a
please?
fantastic character. We're not getting into that right
Wow,
now.
I love how you're just like
There's not
shielding
enough
his
time.
eyes from him.
Yes,
Don't
I'm
listen to
shielding
them,
him
okay?
from your abuse.
I'm just jealous.
Stop.
I'm giving him the real laser eyes.
No, moving on.
But anyways, so this one big thing that Doctor had going from, and they made it a big deal. They didn't try to ignore this. They made a whole episode about how the Doctor is accepting the fact that he's not going to regenerate. He's dying, and for the first time, you see that Doctor, his body is actually old. Like he's an old man in his 80s. Still, Matt
Matt
Smith's
Smith
playing
is
him.
probably like technically the longest living Doctor.
Yeah, because he was living out as long as he could because that was it. And I'm not saying that I'm mad that they extended. I fully expected them to extend it past this thing, but the way they did it was dumb and
It's
lazy,
like a cop-out.
especially by Doctor Who standards. Doctor Who's like way of making plots and stakes is so creative and gets you invested. Like all the stuff with the
We lost Rose like twice.
Yeah, like David
It was
Tennant
rough.
lost his companions constantly, in
All the
different ways.
time,
Yeah.
and it hurt. Like Donna losing her memory, rough.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who is River Song? Who is her doctor?
All let's say no.
So many.
So
Well, because remember back in when you first see
I'd
her,
say it's mostly Matt Smith.
Mostly Matt Smith.
yeah,
So
because she says to David Tennant like, "You're not my doctor."
No, and she also says to David Tennant, "This is the youngest I've ever seen you." So that's the last time when you see her, because this is how the whole storyline works. The first time you see River Song is the last time River Song sees the Doctor.
Yeah.
Silence in the
So
library.
I think
Yeah,
the
which is a
longest.
great episode. Wait, so her doctor's Matt Smith? But
yeah.
Matt Smith is younger than David Tennant.
No, older.
Looks.
time. Well,
So she wasn't saying that based on looks?
No.
well, it doesn't matter.
Because she
on
knows
looks.
the Doctor, and she knows how the
age.
generations work.
Like, this
That
age.
always confused me. I was like, but he doesn't even look younger. Like, he doesn't
No,
even
yeah.
look
No,
older.
no, based on like he was 900
thought-
years old in that episode. Then he moves on to like maybe a couple
I
hundred
thought Peter
years old.
Capaldi was going to end up being her doctor, to be honest with you.
Well, because the thing is
He
that
was-
if you look at the timeline with Peter Capaldi, Matt Smith, and David Tennant's the most, attitude-wise, the youngest out of those three. So I think she was saying that more as a personality-wise and not look-wise. Like, oh, this is the long... See, the thing is that we didn't really know that at first because we didn't know who this character was. Looking back at it now, and this was the brilliance of Doctor Who. You'd have time stuff like that.
I thought, it was cool, but I thought they were setting up something much bigger because I thought they were setting up for her to reveal that Peter Capaldi was her doctor, like seasons later.
They only had one episode together, I think, and I
Yeah.
don't think I even watched it, or I watched some of it.
I
and
don't
didn't.
know.
So here's the thing. I personally haven't watched Doctor Who in a while, and it's because every time I go to watch an episode, I'd be like, yeah, that was good, but I wouldn't feel encouraged to watch the next episode, which is something
I
that
don't
Doctor
feel
Who
connected
always
to-
did for me.
I don't feel connected to like. So I guess we went off of like TV
was
shows and
gonna
not
say,
just Doctor Who. I'm
where-
okay with that. Let's talk about Doctor Who. It works.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about Walking Dead?
I mean, walking.
There's not much else to talk
I was
about.
just saying-
I would like to talk
You wanna
about
talk
it.
about
Okay,
Walking
yeah.
we'll come back there.
Okay.
Fine.
Let's
I had a
finish
few
up.
things to say.
Let's just finish up this
Okay,
thing
okay.
about Doctor Who, and
All
this
right.
is something that it was one of my first loves with like geeky stuff.
Surprised we
I was
haven't
very
talked about it
passionate.
on here before.
It's because we haven't been watching it, so we haven't been really in the loop about this stuff. But
We're
just as
talking
a-
about why we're not watching it.
Exactly. So there you go. Here's your Doctor Who segment, people.
This isn't why we're this. Yeah.
This isn't what you thought it'd be.
Yeah. But anyway, so I just want to say that the last season, specifically Matt Smith's finale, was weak, especially when you compare to David Tennant's finale.
I don't even
where
remember
it was
it.
literally it was calling back
He's
to
on, like,
all
a
the things
snow
that
planet or
David
something.
Tennant has.
Oh, yeah.
All the things that David Tennant has done. They brought back almost all the cast and stuff like that, and made it very emotional. As it was one of the most emotional episodes of Doctor Who was David Tennant's last ones, and with him saying, "I don't want to go," like never forget. So good.
I don't want
Matt
to go,
Smith.
Mr. Stark.
Matt Smith was
And then going back, like with the 50th anniversary, those are still his last words.
I know.
And that hurts again. It's just like stabbing someone twice, you know, in both hearts.
Right. So now it just feels like the
I
stakes.
got the reference.
The stakes are technically there, but it doesn't feel real. Everything about the show, like I said, it just feels hollow. Like it's the shell, it's still there, and you watch it, and it's like still Doctor Who.
It feels like
but-
looking at like, okay, so let's say that there's like a really good costume for a movie, right? So like an armor build looks completely like metal. And then you move on, and it's shiny, but it looks like plastic. And it's it's like,
Or
it's not.
you got an egg, and the chicken hatches out of the egg, and then
you
you
thought
put
it
the
was-
egg back together, and you keep like trying to sell the egg.
It's not
What
the
have
same.
you been doing in the spare time?
That was a weird analogy.
So do you get like eggs, and then they hatch, and then you take it, and then you put it in like a carton, and then try and sell it to somebody on the road?
Yeah, so doing it.
Awesome.
So my opinion about Doctor Who, to cap this off, is that I wish that they actually killed the Doctor. Like looking back at it, I thought it was okay to do it at first.
Like end
but
the
now-
show.
End that show. Start off same universe. different Time Lord. Start that out with Peter Capaldi. New Doctor. Like, literally, don't change any of the castings or anything. Just say that, hey, we're starting fresh with a new character. Because the thing we have problems with Doctor Who, and this goes into our longevity conversation, we have so many plots and things that you have to be careful about stepping on from this character that has existed.
You've made a universe
for,
that's too big.
The repercussions that would happen with time travel and meeting your younger self don't even matter anymore.
It doesn't, and that was David Tennant's biggest thing. It's like, no, you don't understand. You can't rewrite.
It was also Christopher Eccleston's. Remember that one episode where they went back and like Rose held herself as a baby, and then like time was basically torn apart because of that. Like now it's like there's no problem with that. It's like there was literally a scene where Amy Pond was like talking to her younger self and just like touching, like, you know, patting her on the head and stuff, and was like, the universe is splitting apart.
Stop it! Yeah.
What are you doing?
Doctor Who now is just space adventures.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. It's not what I love.
Time doesn't have as much to do with it, and when it does, it doesn't feel as genuine. Because, like, especially related to timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff, the repercussions of messing with time have been mostly.
It's like having butter, and I can't believe it's not butter. It looks like it, but it's not.
This is the episode of bad analogies, so we're just gonna go with it.
This is a fantastic analogy.
I can't believe it's not Doctor Who.
So okay, wait. Going back to
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead for a second. All right, it is not like super like out of the blue for Rick to just leave the show, because Robert Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead, has said, the comics is an ongoing series, by the way, it's still happening right now. He has said that Rick will die eventually, and in the comics he's an older man right now, so like we're getting there. So the show could just beat the comic books to the punch and kill him off and like end his storyline. So that's not like out of the question for it to happen. What would be cool is also in the comics, Rick has been missing one of his hands for a long time now, and that's actually like a defining part of his character. It's missing from the show, so they could have like a little like Easter egg out there where Rick's death is a big deal, and maybe he like gets his hand cut off or something in the process. Like it would just be kind of like a cool like just throw that out there. Yeah. So like this, like The Walking Dead could say goodbye to Rick in a very like tasteful, good way.
I just think
that'd be good. That would be good for the show. And maybe they end the show, like they use that to like for a finale season or something.
It's not
like that.
just shows are going on for too long a lot of the time. It's also like people who might want to start watching the show, if they look at how many seasons there are, that's going to be like maybe a huge turnoff.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, that is a huge part of my time, and I don't want to have to go through that.
And that's why, like, for instance, what if they said, this is the end of the Walking Dead series, we're starting a new series.
Well, they fear The Walking Dead.
Oh, what?
They fear The Walking Dead, which is a spin-off series.
Well, I was about to say, with Daryl, it's like, hey, new story with Daryl as a lead, but we're rebranding it, so it's like it's easier for audience to be like, okay, I can't jump into this, but I can jump.
One
into
of my favorite
examples. Can they call it The Walking Dead Redneck Uprising? Please,
Uprising.
I want that.
One of my favorite examples of that is the Clone Wars and Rebels. Rebels is a continuation of a lot of what happens in the Clone Wars.
Start.
It's a new show.
That's what they should have done with Doctor Who. They should have just look. Yeah, I appreciate that we've been sticking with this one character for so long, but it's you're killing your own audience here at this point. And that was what great about bringing the show back, is that it rejuvenated the whole show.
Yeah.
They need to do something similar, but I just say too much has happened to this one character. So much is like the Doctor himself is going to levels of comic book characters, which is unheard of. Like the amount of history, and I'm not talking just any I'm talking about like Superman and Batman level of character development, and even they've had reboots several times to have different things. The Doctor's never had that.
You gotta refresh it, and it's not just having a new face.
It's at that point where it's like you have a computer you've had for too long and it's just bogged down from all the stuff that you've done.
It's like, look,
analogies.
I love the Doctor, but there's a certain point, and this goes into our whole conversation, where there's too much of a good thing, you know, and you're tainting that.
Some more thoughts about The Walking Dead. The best I've ever seen a character get killed off and leave a show is in Vikings. So spoiler alert, real quick. The main character of Vikings, Ragnar, well, he's the main character for the first 4 seasons because they kill him after that. The way they kill him off and exit the show is so awesome. Like it's very satisfying. They drag it out for a few episodes, not drag it out in a bad way, but like they make it an event that's going on.
Give it the respect. And
exactly.
They didn't do that.
The Walking Dead doesn't do that for a lot of its characters. They didn't even do it for
Glenn. You got no warning.
They didn't even do it for
dead.
Glenn. Yeah. Which sometimes that works. Just a shocking like. But for Rick, I think
it's
should
for
be
shock value a lot of the time.
But for Rick, I think it should be something meaningful where they drag it out a couple. Maybe he gets tortured and like that's part of like his hand getting cut off.
At least do a two-parter.
Yeah, maybe this is like they could do that, and I think that's what they should do. But I mean, we'll see. It's a money thing.
Yeah, I would love. You know what I'm a big fan of? We have this. It reminds me of a moment from the Solo movie where it kind of fooled me for a second. This is not something that normally fools me. I was like freaking out for a second when they were getting sucked into that gravity well, and they were like inject some of the.
They're like, oh, that didn't work.
Wasn't that the plot of Star
Trek? Work right away, and then they just like they had all the characters just like crap, and that was it. And they started to go flying into that gravity well. I was like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
I was like. Wait, what's
what?
Yeah. It was like that moment in Toy Story 3 where they're going into the ship. It's like what's happening? Like,
except with that one,
I'm sorry, that was a traumatic moment for me.
We didn't know what was going to happen.
Toy Story 3.
We knew that Han was going to be fine.
Well, I knew that, but I freaked because I forgot. That was the only moment in that movie where I freaked out when I was like. Where I forgot that they were going to make it no matter what. Because I was like, wait, what's happening?
When a movie can make you forget that characters you know live. Then
honestly, that's exactly the plot of Star Trek, the new movie. They go into the black hole. They come out of the what?
I haven't seen.
You haven't seen the.
Like I saw the first one.
No, the first one. I
don't remember. But I just know that it has Gamora in it.
Yeah.
But regardless,
why is Gamora in Star Trek?
But I was saying that'd be an awesome tease for Rick, where they go through this whole thing where you're expecting him to die, and then he ends up actually getting like whatever experience that he's trying to deal with that's leading up to his death, he actually defeats and is like yes, and then something stupid happens right after where he dies. So it's like, what if like there's this?
I would hate that.
So like, what if there was like a bad guy, right, that he's like trying to defeat, and like he had him captured or whatever, and this whole thing, and then he eventually defeats them, and it's like yes, and then randomly a zombie just like fights. Like so, there's a moment where I thought I was like, oh, Rick lives. And it's okay, and then just kidding. He dies for a different reason.
Where was that? Okay, I think I like
something like that has to happen.
Was that when Princess Leia went out of the spaceship and then she's okay? Was that
That's different. That's different.
Mary Poppins, y'all! I can't. I still can't stand it. Like I can't. All right, it's time. It's time to move on. That's a weird segment. That's one of the like a dual topic segment.
The dual topic. Yeah. Well, I guess you could say it was timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Oh my word. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Where are we moving on to right now? You? Yeah.
I'm gonna flip it because I kind of talked about Star Wars there for a second. I'd like to talk a little bit more about Star Wars, but not more about Han Solo. I want to talk about the next Star Wars story being that was announced. It's Boba Fett.
Do it right. What did you drop? You did.
Do it right. He's talking to me, y'all. Sorry.
You dropped my Ida.
No,
it's okay. He's fine. He'll make it. We'll fix him.
Don't you fix him?
We'll make him better than before. Faster, stronger.
How dare you?
Just lay him down for a second.
Mostly faster because he's Ida.
Yeah.
First
yeah.
Don't mess up Boba Fett, people.
Yeah. Speaking of do it right, Boba Fett. This is the one Star Wars movie that we've been asking. No. I'm sorry. Correct myself. This is the main Star Wars story that we've wanted, being Boba Fett.
No, mine's Obi-Wan.
Kenobi.
I was gonna say mine's Obi-Wan.
No, that's a big one. But I'm talking about from an audience standpoint.
Every time.
The most requested Star Wars story has been Boba Fett. The Kenobi one is second, yes, but more people have been asking about Boba Fett. I haven't seen
nearly as many memes for Boba Fett as for Kenobi.
You're judging it based off of memes?
Yes, I am.
That's how you determine the worth of something nowadays.
Exactly.
How many memes it has.
Am I wrong?
Only
I guess another fun addition to my collection.
Yeah. See, you even used one. Come on. But no, you're right. The hype for a Boba Fett story is real.
And we don't know anything about it other than the fact there is going to be one. We got a director announcement, right?
Yes. And he's gonna. He just sneezed into Deadpool. You can keep him now. I'm gonna hold on to Trico.
Nothing hit him. For those of you wondering who are just listening,
I was gonna say Alex and I have plushies.
I'm holding Deadpool
we
now.
Have friends.
We literally just sneezed into Deadpool.
I did not sneeze into Deadpool.
I was holding Deadpool for the whole. In fact, I brought Deadpool on set, and he just stole him from me.
But it's mine as my birthday present.
Whatever, man.
It's my precious.
Anyway, it actually it brings up something that I wanted to say about Solo last week is I think that I might have said this. I'll reiterate it. that they continue the story with Darth Maul and stuff into like the Boba Fett movie.
James Mangold is going to be the director.
What else has he done?
Let me check.
Okay.
But yes, or a Solo too.
I think would make a lot of sense to continue that, because that's also Boba Fett's like main timeline right there. Like time-wise,
crap!
With it.
He did Logan and the Wolverine.
Yeah, he did.
That's what it is. I was like, I know, like this guy has done stuff that I liked. He's done Logan. That's a perfect fit.
It is. It'd be cool.
I love that movie.
Like, so I want Boba Fett would be a good, like, gritty, like Western style movie.
He did Oliver and Company.
Like, I'm not saying it should be R-rated, but it should be the most R-like rated movie of Star Wars we've had.
Like, it should be really great, because it's a mercenary.
Yeah, and I want this. Hunter. I also really want them to establish that Boba Fett is not a good guy.
No, and he's cooler than Jango Fett.
Yeah. In fact, if anything, like, I'm not saying he should be necessarily a bad guy, but make him leaning towards the bad side, because that's what Han Solo is. Han Solo is neutral, but leaning towards good.
Yeah.
Boba Fett is neutral, but leaning towards bad.
I was gonna say,
chaotic good versus chaotic neutral.
Yeah, well, yeah, because no, Han Solo would be more like chaotic neutral. No, he would be chaotic good. You're right. And Boba Fett would be like...
I'd argue that...
chaotic neutral.
No. Boba Fett would be lawful neutral.
Boba Fett would be lawful neutral?
Because, like, lawful to himself kind of thing. Where he's
really?
Like...
Do you think so?
Yeah, he's got a very, very strict way of doing things, and he maintains that.
Deadpool's just chaotic.
Yeah. Well, that also makes sense, because he's like... wait. Is he a Mandalorian? No, he's not.
Boba Fett? He's Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how you define Mandalorian.
Yeah,
because the Mandalorian used to be a race, but I don't know if that's canon anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that Mandalorian is more like a.
It's a
Yeah, it's a group.
It's a people.
Yeah, it's basically people that you can adopt.
Yeah. Oh my word! Oh my word!
You incidentally just quoted.
I just quoted Ragnarok.
It's not a place. It's a people. This could be Mandalore.
Well, Mandalore. If you're a Mandalore, I think the new canon is that you're Mandalorian if you're from Mandalore.
Okay.
When the old canon used to be, it was
you could be
race
adopted
of
into Mandalorian culture or clans.
It was like an alien race, and then the Mandalorians you see in the movies were inspired their culture from the alien race, but I don't know if that's canon anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's just
they miss up
you're
sometimes.
Mandalorian if you're from Mandalore, and they do have a unique culture. But yeah, anyway, I would love to see a Boba Fett movie. It should be dark,
and this would be a great opportunity to give us more stuff with Maul. Because, like, you think that Boba Fett...
He actually had a lot of stuff in Clone Wars.
If you're talking about Boba Fett, you're talking about the Star Wars underworld. And Maul is in the underworld now, if he wasn't already, because he's the leader of a crime syndicate.
Yeah. How awesome is that?
Yeah. It could be an awesome... It could be an awesome, like, Star Wars, like, John Wick-style movie where Maul employs Boba Fett and then betrays him. Oh, it'd be so cool. Disney?
But then
we're hired.
Where's the puppy?
Yeah.
We are writers for your
movie. The slave
now.
one is the puppy. They do something to the slave one.
Make it so.
Yeah.
We need to see a lot more of Boba Fett, because honestly, he's such an amazing character. Like, I know I'm speaking from experience of the expanded universe, which isn't canon anymore, but you have a lot of potential for that character, and we just need to have, like, a really, really cool, gritty, not good guy character in Star Wars.
Like, if this is, which I assume is what they're doing, because the directing choice would infer that, because I feel like that's been a really good indication lately about what direction a movie's going based on its director, because I feel like people have been really good about picking the right directors recently, and I feel like directors in general have been more important.
It's okay to, like, typecast directors.
Yeah,
if that's
we've been doing that. I don't know if it's just noticing it more
Something.
Recently, but I feel like recently, especially with these series movies, like there has been a lot more poignant.
Because you expect a certain style out of a certain director,
right? So, and we were just talking about Blumhouse doing.
Yep. Oh yeah, we'll talk about Spawn eventually because there's been some news.
We're just waiting on for some more stuff.
Yeah,
for that.
like we'll build.
But again, just more poignant director choices, which I like because it makes for better movies. You know, who did they have for? They picked a really cool one for Doctor Strange. Where it was like, I forget what...
I think so. I don't know.
It wasn't someone that normally does... Like, first off, it was someone who really loves Doctor Strange specifically.
Scott Derrickson.
Yeah, and he does a lot of things related to magic. Mm-hmm. So, like, a lot of stuff that would make sense for someone for the know-how for Doctor Strange. So, like, I feel like the directing, it's not just about getting a good director. It's about getting a director that really knows... that would make sense for the fit for this. It's more of, like, an acting... cast now.
Here's the next biggest question: who plays Boba Fett?
That's a great question.
Who plays Boba Fett?
How old is that kid who
Daniel
originally
Logan?
played Boba?
Daniel Logan?
How old
Look
is
him up.
He's a young man now.
Let's find him.
Because that would be cool. I don't know if he's still in acting now, but that'd be cool if they.
Okay, so he's very prominent on Instagram, and he absolutely loves Star Wars. He loves being like he cosplays as Boba Fett too.
Really?
So, yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
That would be cool. Let's see him.
Look at him. That could work.
Wow,
that could
work.
Yo,
is he still into acting?
I don't know.
How old is he now? Because if he's in comparable age.
That being said, we haven't really. That hasn't been necessarily a stopping point for some things because this reminds me.
No, we don't have to have.
I was gonna say that reminds me of Cobra Kai, who brought their original actors who haven't really been acting that much. Like
he's 30 years old.
That'd be perfect. To me. Yeah, like
I think it'd be perfect.
Well, he looks young enough.
They
to,
could.
To
I was gonna say he's at an age where they could doctor him younger or older.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Because he's 13 by the end of the Clone Wars, so he could.
So he's going to be a little bit older.
He could pass as like a 21-year-old.
He's going to be older than Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that. Fans would love that, and he loves the character, has played the character, just as, if they do a Kenobi movie, you have to cast
You have to.
McGregor.
You're gonna have a horde of angry people after you if you don't
only
cast
that,
Ewan McGregor as
he loved
Obi-Wan
that
again.
role. He did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor is the best thing about the prequel movies. Period. His Obi-Wan is awesome. Yes. Period.
I have to think about because I haven't really thought about.
Well, think about it. You're going to agree with me.
Definitely one of the top 3 things by far.
Yes, it's at least my favorite thing by far in the prequels is Ewan McGregor.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I just haven't thought about it personally.
I'm a huge Ewan McGregor fan, but besides that, his portrayal of Obi-Wan is awesome.
It really
arguably better than the guy who originally played Obi-Wan.
He was actually like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because what was it? Because they had a really big actor play for the original Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Alec Guinness was a big actor for the time. Yeah, he actually hated Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
so he's one of those.
There was one time when he actually a kid asked him for his autograph, and he said he would, but only if the kid never watched Star Wars again.
But whoa! There are some people that just play roles.
Alec McGuinness was their one big actor cast.
Him for the first... and who's the guy who did Tarkin?
Yeah, he was another one because he played Frankenstein, the Doctor.
Yeah, that's all they had as far as to bring people in, just based on casting choices alone.
Yeah, to get people hey, we got these 2 guys.
Daniel Logan was in Sharknado 4: The Force Awakens.
So no, he hasn't been into acting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
He was going to be in Star Wars Underworlds, which is a TV series that was announced, but it never came to fruition.
Oh, so
they've thought about it before.
Yeah, I thought about it. It was created by George.
So they haven't forgot about him. Thank goodness. You know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look him up now on
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So who played Boba Fett? Oh, originally he's got to be wicked old now, if not dead.
Well, here's the thing. But if you're gonna show Boba Fett's face, he has to look like Jango
I'm just out of
Fett
curiosity.
Now. Yeah,
he looks pretty close. If you have Han Solo recast, you could use this guy as
who? As Daniel Logan?
Yeah.
No, that's fine. We're talking about the original guy who played Boba Fett. In the original movies.
Oh, you mean the original? We never see his face. You're fine.
Yeah, you never see his face.
No, I was just wondering how, where he's at.
Yeah, he's really old.
Yeah, he's probably
I'm sure he's very old.
So, but I think, and has Boba Fett appeared in the shows? And if so, who's been pushing him?
He's been in the Clone Wars, very briefly. And,
oh, that's right.
He's been in some.
Yeah, you see him as a kid in Clone Wars.
It wasn't very impressive, but it wasn't terrible.
He never comes back. Does he ever come back?
I thought he was supposed to come. He was supposed to have a really big arc at the end of the Clone Wars TV show, but then they canceled it. So.
Oh yeah, but canceling Clone Wars, they didn't cancel it in a bad way. They finished it.
Not the way that they wanted to. There was a lot of stories that they
were able to cap it off.
They were gonna build off right until episode 3. There was a story leading up to episode 3.
Oh wow!
There's literally Anakin and Obi-Wan leaving for Star Wars episode 3, and they were actually talking to Ahsoka. So that never came to.
Ahsoka ended up that's another thing too is. Everybody hated her from the outset. She actually ended up becoming a pretty cool character.
She's a very good character.
Yeah, first
Ahsoka
season,
redeemed herself. She's pretty cool, actually.
I hated her the first season. She was so needy and all this stuff.
She was annoying and obnoxious.
But then totally, because it was funny, because Anakin was great at first, but then you got more annoyed with Anakin, and then Ahsoka was the voice of reason, and that's how it's supposed to be.
I really liked Anakin in the Clone Wars more.
I was going to say, I actually liked Anakin better as it went along. Especially when you get to the point in the Clone Wars series where he starts to look like his episode 3.
That's fair.
With the longer hair.
I just will say that I definitely really grew to love Ahsoka, so much so that I would love to see Ahsoka appear in some sort of Star Wars movie.
They should totally do that. She would be perfect for some of these intermediary movies. Yeah. She really would. Yeah.
Yeah, he could definitely pull off doing that.
That's
the original, and then there's Daniel Logan.
Come on, that's awesome.
That's Jango Fett actor.
That's Jango Fett, and that's,
Yeah, it could totally work. Mm-hmm. That'd be so cool.
Well, because, yeah.
Oh, it's him and Freddie Prinze Jr., who voices Kanan in Star Wars Rebels.
Nice.
That's awesome. I think they were maybe thinking about having Boba Fett in Star Wars Rebels once.
That would make sense.
It never happened, though.
So here's the thing: is that we all want this to kind of hark off of the whole underground world that we've established from Solo. However, we have to be open to the possibility that that's not it at all. If they were to not do that,
I think it's a really safe bet.
It is. But if they were to not do that, what would you want them to do? If
some kind of space adventure.
If Solo didn't exist.
Yeah.
Which we were, because that's the thing, is that we wanted a Boba Fett movie first.
Honestly, listen, if Solo didn't exist, I would still think that Boba Fett was going to be an underground, like a criminal underground
but like, what
movie.
would you think the story would be?
Without Solo?
Yeah.
I think it would be...
I think we have
how he gets into the bounty hunting game, probably. But maybe. I think they might pick up with
Cameo
that
from Darth Vader, maybe?
What?
Cameo from Darth Vader, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe... Do you guys think Solo will actually hinder the Boba Fett movie because it doesn't do so great?
No.
Also...
Oh, you mean as far as, like...
If Han Solo... Like, the Solo movie didn't do so great, do you think that will actually affect how the Boba Fett movie comes out?
I don't think so, because I think people are more excited by the prospect of a Boba Fett movie than a Han Solo movie.
But, I'm thinking more, like, from the production standpoint, because Disney might be like, oh, Solo didn't do so well, so...
I don't think that's going to stop them, because it hasn't stopped them with any of the Marvel movies.
I will say what was really cool is that they threw out the name of Bosk in Solo.
They did, that was cool.
Wait, did they also talk about Aurra Singh?
I didn't hear her name.
I didn't. That was the only... Because I was listening for other names. That's the only one I heard.
But Bosk, yeah, you could have Bosk as a character in the Boba Fett movie as well. Yep, IG-88, yep.
If they had those... Please let those characters also be in Boba.
Was one of his best friends.
Can we please have those characters
Yeah, you could have like a Suicide Squad movie that's actually good.
Yeah, right? That'd be awesome. I want at least a sequence when they have their...
Yeah, so Solo, A Star Wars Story, confirms death of Aurra Singh. So,
really?
Yeah, the mentor guy in Solo, apparently he pushed her or something and she fell and died.
That's the white, red-haired.
Yep, yeah, she was in Star Wars
1.
She's the one with the antenna. She was actually trained as a Jedi once.
Yeah.
Not canon, but...
That's not canon anymore,
yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Let me check it out.
So there was one of the reasons why, if you're just watching the movies, you probably don't understand why Boba Fett's a big deal, because he was a big deal in the expanded universe.
Yeah. So, like, it'd be nice to bring some of that back.
So like myself, I haven't read any of the expanded universe, but you have, and you're way more familiar with Boba Fett's. In a quick recap, what's Boba Fett's biggest things that happens for him in his story?
Well, I can't say...
Well, his dad died when he was 10.
I was going to say, I can't say... See, this was the big thing about Boba Fett, alright, is he survives the Sarlacc pit in episode 6.
Which makes sense.
So, like, that's technically not canon anymore, but that's really hard for me to accept. Like... So
it's technically not canon, but it's still not disproven.
Yeah,
like,
that's
we're just
still
back to square one where we don't know what happens
exactly.
After that.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, but that's the big thing is in the expanded universe, he survives the Sarlacc pit, which it's now Legends. Now he survives the Sarlacc pit, and he just goes on to do so many more things. I can't remember all of them, but he handles a lightsaber at one point and fights Darth Vader.
Well, they teased about Mandalorians having lightsabers in the...
They have the Darksaber. Yeah, they have the Darksaber, which is like
and also I don't know if this is actually canon anymore, but their armor is strong enough to withstand a lightsaber.
Yeah.
So, and also I think that they were trained to like also specifically fight Jedi. Like they have the training in them to actually go against Force wielders.
Yeah, definitely, except for Mace Windu, but.
Yeah.
he did kind of scruff up a little bit with
Why
Obi-Wan.
Why would you jump down into an arena when you could just shoot them from afar?
No kidding. Yeah. Poor choices.
Yeah. That was not the best idea, Django.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Boba Fett was just he was like the poster boy for badassery in the Star Wars universe, but before it all became non-canon. Yeah.
Hey, they can still... it's not saying that he still can't be that.
Exactly. I think people are going to just eat up a Boba Fett movie. So I think regardless of how Solo is done, I think people will be excited.
Do you
for
think
Boba
we
Fett
could
movie.
possibly see a Darth Vader cameo?
Maybe. Would we need to? No,
I don't think we need to. We don't.
Especially
need to.
especially if we go the route of incorporating things from Solo. You don't need a Darth Vader cameo anymore because you'll have Darth Maul.
If we are going to hark off of, and I can't imagine they wouldn't do this, but if we are going to hark off of stories from the Solo movie, Darth Maul better be a big player.
I think it would be perfect if Darth Maul was the primary antagonist of the Boba Fett movie.
I'm sorry, did I say
it'd
Darth
be cool.
Vader? I meant Darth Maul.
Yeah, I think it'd be so cool. Like, as the person who employs Boba Fett.
But again, we know that Darth Maul still lives afterwards, so
And what a marketing opportunity. You can't pass up on that, teasing the fact that, hey, Darth Maul's going to be in this movie. Like, that's a big thing for Star Wars to advertise.
Let us just say, Disney, that the action figures that you're going to sell from this movie, if Darth Maul is in it, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
You can make a lot of money.
There's a reason.
Talk about merchandising!
Because I would say that I shouldn't say Disney because they weren't Disney at the time. Lucasfilms was not expecting Darth Maul to be as big of a hit as it was, and the fans are the sole reason why Darth Maul came back.
Yeah.
In fact, Darth Maul has come back in the expanded universe several different ways and times. Come back officially in the Clone Wars. Darth Maul coming back is not something new. Like, this is something that's been established many different ways in many different formats.
People love the character.
Yeah, there's a reason.
And they actually built on him.
Yeah, so I love so I was surprised at first, and I had to think of it. I was like, okay, wait, let's take a step back. I'm really excited to see Darth Maul, but does this make sense? And then I thought about it, and the more I thought about it, the more sense it made. Like, this is the right time for him to be shown. This is a time that we don't know a lot about Darth Maul.
Yeah, it was actually right between Episode 3 and Episode 4. Like, it's.
Yeah.
I read about it. It says it's 10 years before Episode 4.
And
what is?
Solo.
10 years before Episode 4? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And the character for the feel of these movies fits as well. They're not jamming some random, remember this Star Wars character? Like, imagine if they threw Yoda in here. That would make sense because Yoda doesn't fit in with that.
I think that it was kind of pandering to us fanboys.
When they threw Yoda into Last Jedi?
When they threw that, but also when they threw in Darth Maul, because they know that we're going to be like, oh.
But I think it serves a very, very good purpose of building the universe. I'm going to keep saying it. Solo is a universe-building movie, and I loved it. I like Solo.
And if they do, then no one can say that was just throwing that in there for... Because if we never see Maul again, I probably have to side with... that was probably just pandering to the audience. That we never... Also, I should say, really cool that we saw Darth Maul on the scene, but the only real pander there was when he took out his lightsaber and ignited it. I was like,
there's no point.
I'm excited.
You're just showing off your lightsaber to her.
Yeah. So it's like...
Yeah.
So, that one bit was a pandering. I don't think anybody's...
Again, another lightsaber in a Star Wars movie. I think was it just so we could see a lightsaber in a Star Wars movie?
No, I think it was just because they wanted to show that he still had a double-sided lightsaber.
Do we see both blades?
Yeah. At first you didn't, because it was just one. I was like, is it two? And then he kind of moves it, and I was like, there's the second one. Yeah. So cool. That one felt a little bit pandered.
It's your boy, Darth Maul.
It's your boy, Darth Maul.
Darth Maul himself didn't feel pandered.
Hey, my name's Maul, and I got a lightsaber today.
All right.
Skinny lightsaber.
If it really is what we've been talking about, what we want Boba Fett to be, that would be freaking amazing. And I feel like with the director, that's the way that they'd be going.
Disney, sponsor us.
We can help you.
Yeah,
we're fans.
We'll help you. We'll do
our research.
We will make Boba Fett great again.
Or for the people who didn't like Last Jedi, we will make Star Wars great again.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's the...
Yeah.
We're gonna move into...
Speaking of...
Pokemon!
Gotta catch them!
Yeah, so Nintendo announced... What is it even called?
Pokemon... Shoot.
Not Pokemon Shoot.
Yeah. Pokemon Shoot! It's like Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Shoot!
It's like... Oh my god.
Is it Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu?
Yes, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Pokemon uses gun. So, it's very effective.
Yeah. My word. Anyway, yeah, so Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee are the two new Pokemon games for the Switch.
First Pokemon's for the Switch,
yes.
And first Pokemon games for a Nintendo console we've seen since Game Boy?
You have Gale of Darkness and Coliseum that both came out for the GameCube.
No, but nothing came out for the Wii or the Wii U as far as console release Pokemon games.
Wrong too. Pokemon. There was one where you went to like a theme park and you battled with Pokemon from your games that you imported. So there's that.
Okay.
So there's
never been a storyline.
Yes.
For a video game?
But this is really a remake of Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon
is a remake of itself every single game. Like,
that's basically. But, so before you get all like annoyed with Pokemon Let's Go, it's not the intention for this to be the next game in the main series. We're getting those next year. They've already said there's going to be new Pokemon games in early 2019 that are going to be in the main series of Pokemon games. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee are an experiment to test out how Pokemon does. Specifically, this formula does on the Switch. It incorporates Pokemon Go, which is kind of cool. But it's basically gonna be like a real Pokemon game, except for there aren't any random encounters, which I'm for. The reason I'm for that is because there are still plenty of Pokemon to encounter in tall grass, but you can see where they are and you can see which ones they are. So if you only want to catch certain ones, you can, and you don't have to run into Pokemon guaranteed every time you enter the tall grass. You can avoid them. But number two is it doesn't look like you battle wild Pokemon, you only capture them, which I think is a downside because that eliminates the opportunity for grinding. That you like in an RPG. This is trying
to pander to more of the casual Pokemon Go players.
So that's a downside for me. But you do battle trainers in-game, which is cool, because that's something that's missing from Pokemon Go, is there's no battles unless you find a gym, and then it's just
trainer battles dull. Are more of your traditional Pokemon
they
battles.
look like they function very traditionally. There's co-op, which is awesome. That'll be a lot of fun.
I was about to say, with trainers, I hope there would be some option where you can battle your friends in that same style as trainers.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm sure.
Because that would bump up the amount of times that you would use that mechanic. Because if it's only trainers, you may not actually have real Pokemon battles that much. But if it's with your friends as well...
that would work, actually. So what if you can battle your co-op partner and you gain XP from that, and that is your new form of grinding? Or one of the new forms of grinding, so you don't always have a co-op partner.
Like, Pokemon Go was a huge step of Pokemon becoming more social.
Yeah. I actually think it's cool that they're going to incorporate Pokemon Go. It doesn't feel like a gimmick to do it because there's still actually a game to play without that incorporation of it.
I think we're just all excited to see this on the Switch because the Switch is quickly becoming a very beloved Nintendo console.
Exactly. And a lot of people are raging about the motion controls for Pokemon Let's Go, but I actually think it makes perfect sense. They're simple enough.
What do you think about the Pokeball itself?
The ball itself? That's kind of cool. I mean, that's definitely more of a gimmick, but it's still cool.
Yeah. So, because Nintendo loves doing gimmicks. Nintendo also had, with the announcement of the game, you have this Pokeball which you can use as a controller.
It's basically a ball with a joystick where the Pokeball button
So you can do it specifically for the throwing of the ball and stuff like that.
And moving your character.
Do you have like a wrist wrap so it doesn't fall? Okay, good.
It's like one of the
don't
Switch
give that to
controllers.
Your kids right in front of the TV.
Only it looks like it just has a stick on it.
And then you can also take it with you, and it does some
you can put a Pokemon in the controller and take it with you, and it makes noises.
When you do Pokemon Go, if people still play that. It'd be cool to see if it was running around.
Well, this is trying to offer some more integrations to Pokemon Go. We don't really know what those are yet. We saw some teases of
it's like more and more trying to bring Pokemon into real life.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you think of that because with the Pokemon Go integration with these balls, because the thing about
now you can have people running around with
really accurate too.
Oh my word! That's gonna be the new. That's gonna be the new weird thing to see people
watching
doing.
People running around.
First it was oh my word, people are actually outside.
Is that a bomb?
And now it's gonna be oh my word, kids are running around with like Pokeballs in their hands just everywhere.
They show this thing where you can now put a Pokemon in the ball itself, and it lights up and makes noises from the ball. Yeah. So you can not even be.
Oh, who do you have with you today? And you hold it and it makes a noise. It's like, oh.
It's it's kind of like a, what do you call those things? Remember those pets that you have?
Tamagotchis.
It's like a Tamagotchi almost.
A little bit, only there's no screen.
All I can think of is all the kids running around with these Pokeballs and just being like, wow, the kids have a lot of balls.
Alex, no!
Sorry.
You've been all about those jokes today. I ain't having it.
They're funny.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I ain't having
You're
it.
laughing, you're smiling. Don't lie to yourself.
I don't want to. Anyway, Pokemon. The biggest point I want to make is I'll say it again. These are not the new mainline Pokemon games. You can expect those in 2019. Those are going to be on the Switch
they're trying to
also.
Figure out what they want Pokemon on the Switch to do. And I feel like how we react to this game is how is going to shape the next Pokemon game.
These are spin-offs. They're experiments. They look really fun, but don't worry. You're still going to get your hardcore mainline Pokemon games beginning of next year. Those are coming.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. Because I actually want to get a... I know I talked plenty last episode about how I'm not really a console person, but I want to get a Switch.
Because a Switch, it does two things which I've been really wanting from more consoles. More focus on co-op and multiplayer, like with friends in person.
Yeah.
I want more of that. The Switch
and you can play some of your hardcore games, like Skyrim's on the Switch.
The Switch has done more for like party games than any other console ever has in a long time. With I
love that you can play Mario Kart with you just take the two controllers and you play right there.
You get a Switch, you instantly can play with friends. No other game has done that. No other console has done that. Where it's like, guess what? Our console always comes with two controllers. No console has done that.
Yeah.
Sorry, if there's some really random console
this definitely harks way back to the day of like the NES and the Super NES.
So I appreciate that, and I also appreciate the fact that it's very multi-use. So it's mobile and it's in that. We need that nowadays.
I actually
the phone is too competitive.
Yeah, I actually saw the Switch in person for the first time the other day. Someone brought it out and they were just playing it, and it looks really good.
I've played the Switch with friends. I played the Mario Kart on Switch. It's great. I like it. I would love to get what's doing well because it's still $299, which was the entry price. Granted, a good entry price because that's not that much.
But they haven't felt the need to lower it.
Yeah, they've been doing really good with sales because sales have only been going up since it came out because more and more good games have been coming out with it.
Do you think we should get one so that we can talk about it more on the podcast?
I definitely want to get one at some point.
All right,
yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, woot woot. But yeah, anyway, Pokemon. So, yeah, I mean. That's all I think that's really all there is to say about it.
Especially with Smash coming out, I definitely want to Switch.
Yeah, we're going to have to play. We'll be playing the crap out of Smash.
Yeah.
That would be something to incorporate in a future idea of ours. We'll talk about that eventually. But yeah, I think that's really all there is to talk about for the Pokemon. I mean, they released a trailer that said enough about it.
It had a lot of gameplay in it, but it was just kind of jumping all around the place. Like, check out this feature and this feature, because there's a lot of new stuff with it. So it's exciting, but we just don't know a lot. So
am I forgetting anything? Does anything in the trailer
No, so they talked about, they showed the game, they showed how it was on the Switch, they showed you how you use your controllers as that, and they're like, also we have other controllers, being the fact that you have Pokeballs, and you can take the Pokeballs on the road.
Pokeball Plus.
And use them as little Tamagotchis. And then also, Pokemon Go, that's going to be slightly integrated to this.
Yeah, you can bring your Pokemon, okay, so this is the thing. You can bring your Pokemon from Pokemon Go and put them into Pokemon Let's Go.
We don't know how involved they are. However, they are going to be somewhere in the game because they were in this weird park area.
Well, that's just the delivery mechanic, I'm sure, because they've done that in all the other Pokemon games. I remember back in Diamond and Pearl, you could import your Game Boy game Pokemons up into your DS game, and they appeared in this park that you would catch them in, which really, it was just a guaranteed. You just find them, you catch them, they're yours again.
Oh, so you take them from the park into the thing. So it's like a middleman.
So, yeah, exactly. So you put your Pokemon from Pokemon Go, I imagine, will appear in this Poke Park in Let's Go. You get them, and now they're yours to use in Pokemon Let's Go also. So that's cool. You can bring your Charizards and your Dragonites and your Articunos into Pokemon Let's Go and just destroy people.
Because Pokemon Go this summer, I feel like it's not relevant. It's become more relevant recently. It's making not a comeback.
Pokemon Go?
Yeah, but it's I think it's reaching that natural stage, not where it's becoming trendy or anything like that, but I think it's hitting that natural stage where people who liked it originally, you've finally gotten out of that lull of it's overplayed, we played it way too much, and people naturally like, hey, I'd like to pick up a little bit of Pokemon Go again.
Yeah, actually, right now, I'm being a strange boy. I have a dumb phone, but when I actually get a smartphone again, I think I'm gonna play Pokemon Go.
Because that's the thing I liked about it. Just go out, and you do more stuff
outside.
Yeah, and that's why I like what Nintendo's doing with the Switch. It's involving more experiences and than just the traditional couch gaming. And I'm not saying that there's anything
when you get a tan and you can play video games.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong about couch video games. I love that, and that's how I prefer to play video games. that being said,
but there's something to be said when you can go outside. And
when you have
counts
options
for your couch game.
Yeah, that have options. Because guess what? During the winter, you're probably going to rely on those couch games. At least in New England, it's going to be cold, wintry.
One more thing is they've promised to reveal a brand new Pokemon for Pokemon Let's Go. Sometimes they do this.
Is this all the Pokemon we have right now?
No, this is all the one. The one you have. These are all the Pokemon from the very first game.
Oh,
sorry. We're looking at. I have a poster, of all the Gen 1 Pokemon listed. These are all of the ones you're gonna have in Pokemon Let's Go.
Okay.
All of the Gen 1 Pokemon plus this new one that you have. Oh, and any other generation Pokemon you bring up from Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
but there's the one Wigglytuff.
Yeah, but Pokemon Let's Go is what's the word for it? Not a reboot. It's a
revamp.
It's
remaster.
It's basically a remaster of Pokemon Yellow, which is just a special version of Pokemon Red and Blue where Pikachu follows you around.
Because Red and Blue was the first two, right?
Yeah,
so
Red and Blue
Yellow
was the first
was the second.
Yellow was like Yellow was basically Pokemon Red and Blue, only Pikachu followed you around and special events happened because now you were more like Ash from the TV show.
So a little bit like reskin with a couple extra features.
Yeah, exactly. And so Pokemon Let's Go is basically going to be like the new Pokemon Yellow. It's all Gen 1. You're in Kanto. You have a Pikachu if you're playing the Pikachu version, or you have an Eevee if you're playing the Eevee version. That's always with you, like on your shoulder or whatever, which is cool actually. Instead of like following you around.
Which one are you?
Shoulder. If I get it, I'll get Pikachu probably. Actually, I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet because you see Pikachu so much.
And Eevee's really cute.
And Eevee is nice, but if you can evolve your Eevee, then I'll get Eevee. Then I'll get Let's Go Eevee.
That's fair.
If you can evolve your Eevee, if you can't, I'm gonna get Pikachu because I'd rather have a Pikachu forever than an Eevee forever. Because electric types are the boss.
This could be. We could look back at this day as like, man, if only we knew how big this game was good. This could be a monumental game.
Let's Go?
No, Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah, those Let's Go. Sorry, I always make my sneezes. Yeah, interesting.
But yeah, like if every single aspect that they talk about works well and it's a hit, like imagine
it'd be fun.
Because think about like Pokemon Go introduced a new concept to Pokemon that was a huge hit, but it was just one concept.
Mm-hmm.
This one introduces several. If all of them hit and they stick, this could take over like the gaming world in a big way.
Yeah.
Because right now one of the big gaming trends we have right now is battle royales, where we have Fortnite and PUBG being super popular right now. And coming E3, I bet you we're going to see a lot of games talking about how they have a battle royale mode.
Yeah.
This game could be a new trend where it's like people, like it would show the market that we want more creative and interactive in real life games. We want stuff that branches out in more ways than just the traditional way,
So Alex, you're pretty new to Pokemon.
I don't
know. You were just looking over this poster. Which ones stand out to you? You were looking over. I thought Wigglytuff. Geodudes are awesome.
Yeah.
So, Willie, are you that familiar? I mean, you would recognize
more so than Alex.
Porygon.
Yeah. Wow. Porygon.
It's like Growlithe. Okay.
Growlithe.
And also, what's that? Weeping Bell.
Weeping Bell.
Why would you choose a Weeping Bell?
No, it stands out. They stand out a lot.
Well,
Victory
you're not wrong.
Bell is cool. So, yeah, Arcanine is super awesome. Growlithe becomes Arcanine. Pikachu evolves into Raichu. Raichu's cool. These are the starters. So you have Boba Fett, you have Charmander, Squirtle.
Did you say Boba Fett?
You said Boba Fett.
Boba Fett! Boba Fett! Where? Bulbasaur!
You get to catch Boba Fett in the new Pokemon game.
Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. So who's your starter?
Squirtle.
I always choose Charmander. Who do you?
I like the look of Squirtle.
You like Squirtle?
Yeah.
You guys are Squirtles? Cool.
Well, because like
it's my boy Metapod.
Blastoise is just awesome.
Blastoise is cool.
Sorry, like I look at Pokemon and I just look for Metapod because that's like the cosplay that my buddy has. So.
Yeah, we
know him.
You guys have a super cool friend that's got this awesome Metapod. But
Metapod cosplay.
Yeah, man, I love Pokemon. I have I've actually been playing Pokemon on Game Boy. I have a Game Boy Advance SP, the flip one that I just like play at work sometimes. Nice. I love Pokemon.
Have they re-released all the Game Boy Pokemon games on mobile?
I don't think so.
Why
I don't think they have.
It's such an easy cash
because
grab.
here's the thing. They're actually still in high demand in their original form.
Really?
So, oh yeah. You're still throwing down like $30 for a Game Boy Pokemon game.
I bought Red for the Advance, which I never ended up playing. I don't even know where it is. I'm so annoyed. I had a Game Boy.
Okay. When you find it, I want to play it because I actually have a Game Boy for it.
I had Ruby is what I got.
You have Ruby? Oh, okay. See, I grew up with the Gen 3 Pokemon. I grew up with the Gen 1 as well, but Gen 3 had come out around the time I was younger.
So you played it more than the OG.
Yeah, exactly. Gen 3 is my favorite still to this day. In fact, this is the grass starter. I'm holding a Trico plushie. This is the grass starter from Gen 3, and its final form is still one of my favorite Pokemon ever. In fact, a lot of my favorite Pokemon are still from Gen 3. But yeah, and Ruby and Sapphire, those are the games for Gen 3. So that
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had Ruby for the Advanced because I was going to play on my GameCube with the Game Boy Advance attachment, and I just never got around to it. There was a brief moment where I had time to play Pokemon, and I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I missed all of it. So
yeah.
So but yeah, when as this gets closer, as we're debating about getting a Switch,
we should all get into Pokemon
there's
Go.
a very high chance I could finally get into Pokemon.
Yeah, we should do that.
Let me say, I have nothing against Pokemon. In fact, quite the opposite.
It's about finding the time.
Yeah, because I know I'm gonna freaking adore Pokemon.
You would actually like Pokemon.
So much so where it's going to dominate a lot of my time, which is why I'm very careful about it.
When you start playing Pokemon, let me know.
No, you will know.
I'll probably cosplay while doing Pokemon Go.
If
we have the Pokemon, I'm going to do Ash. I don't care.
I was going to say, you guys one of you could totally cosplay Ash. That'd be a fun, easy one. Kind of like your Peter Parker one or whatever, where you just put it on and, yeah.
There's not a lot of Ash cosplays on it. Think about
No, you could cosplay Brock. Oh my word!
Brock.
You'd be a great Brock,
I don't like Brock.
Yeah.
My phone slowed down.
You can do a gender bend Misty.
No, I know what that is. I'm not wearing those shorts.
No, you've seen Misty.
No, a gender bend Misty. You wear real shorts or jeans.
Sure.
That ruins the fun.
Am I going to wear crop?
It's not going to be fun for him to wear booty shorts.
If I'm going to wear a crop top, I'm not wearing a crop top. Okay? No. You guys are gross. You're sick. Yuck.
I was going to say, our crop tops in right now?
No. Oh my word.
More like crop knots, am I right?
You know those those tank tops that are the space near the arm goes all the way down?
Yeah.
I can't stand those.
I can't stand that.
Oh my word. I don't know how
you mean you see the side of it?
Yeah.
I don't
that looks gross.
This is dude, I don't want to see that.
If I have a tank top, it's like normal armhole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pokemon do not approve of that. To bring this back
Pokemon
around.
don't wear clothes.
Dress properly.
Yeah, it's
Pokemon
not true.
Demands it.
Pikachu wears clothes sometimes.
Sometimes, if anything, it's a hat.
No.
When does Pikachu wear a hat?
Ever seen? Has there ever been a streaker at a football game? Don't worry, guys. He's wearing a hat. He's okay.
Can you imagine someone who has body paint? Can you imagine someone who has body paint as Pikachu and has the ears, but nothing else? It just streaks past people.
It's like your dog, though. Like when you take their collar off. And you're like, you're naked. Those are some of my favorite memes. I actually say that to my dog. I'll give my dog a bath. And its collar's off, and I'll be like, you naked. I love it. I love dogs.
Me too. And you like Pokemon too.
I like Pokemon too. It's just so much fun. It's like one of those collectible pet games and an RPG at the same time. It was ingenious.
Pokemon Go
idea.
Brought it to the next generation of people.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
So this game is really pivotal because this is the first game to come out since Pokemon Go. Am I correct? This is the first Pokemon game to come out since Go?
No.
I think the library was a hotspot for Pokemon, so people would actually go back there. It's
good for businesses, because businesses would have
Pokestops. Because you have the Alolan games, Sun and Moon. I'm pretty sure those came out after Pokemon Go. I could be wrong about that, but...
Well, then, we could talk about this all summer long, and maybe we will be. We'll have to find out.
Yeah. We may create a new segment just for Pokemon Go adventures. That'd be kind of fun.
This week in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Alex finds a Charizard.
Geek Kind Go.
It's just like videos of us just walking around town being like, I'm gonna find one now.
It'd be fun.
Maybe
you could spice it up with some edits and put real Pokemon in the video.
Spice up some Inconceivable.
You get the music going.
You, like, edit some real Pokemon in, even if it's cheesy looking. Like a picture.
I'll totally cosplay like that and they just video that and I'll just be running around being like, let it be the day.
We're gonna have fun here.
Oh, that's gonna be
We're gonna be here all summer, guys.
Wow!
We're not taking a break.
I don't know.
Podcast stops for nobody.
Yeah, season 2 is going through all the way to the holiday season.
Strong.
So,
yeah,
we're here. I just want to say thanks again to all of our friends who have come onto the show to fill in some gaps in our schedules.
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you for being here.
Mm-hmm. And come back,
I've listened to some of those episodes, and you guys are great. You've had great topics.
My brother was on here and I didn't know until afterwards.
Yeah,
I was meaning to ask him, do you want to join the podcast?
So that's the thing, is it's like
what?
William never tells us when, like, who's going to be on the show.
So,
or
by the way, we did a
like,
podcast on Tuesday. Wait, excuse me? He's like, yeah, your brother was on her. Wait, what?
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, we get. I don't worry, I have it handled. Like, I got people. Like, who do you like? You know,
we had both Spencer and
I know.
Gordon.
I didn't even
so
know.
I feel like one time we need to get Colin on here and just have a brothers podcast.
We can. Like, we've talked about doing the vacation episode.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. All the boys are on vacation. We got the bros filling in.
No, yeah, vacation, but we'd all actually just be in the background watching the game. Like,
we're all downstairs playing a video game, and everyone else is upstairs recording our podcast for us.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I think we'd be like peeking in, being like, "How is it going? Good, okay, good."
Yeah. Anyway, I think we're done. We're done for today.
Why are you flipping Gary again?
I know I'm flipping Gary.
Okay.
Gary, send us home.
Send us home.
He says, "Stay kind, geeks." Wow, that was bad.